Okay, so this is video number 2. This is talking about some of the common barriers that patients have. Now, these are all going to say like, yep, we know these, yep. But I really want you to just deeply process a little bit more about why these are barriers and how we as physical therapists and physical therapy assistants can help them overcome these barriers. Because there's enough people on their medical team that are giving them diminished hope and things that are making it more difficult for them to attain goals. So let's be a different input for them to help them to problem solve some of these things, help them to troubleshoot. So three of the main barriers that I see as probably the most prevalent: time, energy, and motivation. These are the ones that come up time and time again. I made a list of a bunch of others: costs, the facility, distance from their house, illness, transportation, childcare, uneasy with change, insufficient time to attend, it's inconvenient, lack of self-motivation, they don't enjoy this, they're bored, they lack their confidence in their ability to be able to progress, they're afraid of PT in general, and even they're sometimes afraid of getting better, surprising as that might sound. Lack of self-management skills, lack of seeing progress, lack of encouragement. All of those I see as barriers. Those are the things that I think come up the most in terms of what we see here. So some ideas with some of these barriers. So I think as healthcare professionals, I think that that when we can identify these barriers with them and actually, use it as a part of our treatment to talk them through some of these barriers and just kind of take some of the roadblocks out for them, I really think that we're going to partner with them in such a more effective way. So lack of energy, that's one thing that I think people say is, they just can't get it all together. They can't get here. They just can't get themselves to be able to come to therapy. So scheduling PT for times in the day when they feel the most energetic, helping to convince them that if they give PT a chance, then it will increase their energy level. Lack of motivation is another one. So plan ahead. Make PT part of your regular daily, weekly schedule. Write it on your calendar. Really take that the self-care is important. I encourage a lot of patients who have a little bit more of that me last mentality, that you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to be able to take time for yourself to be able to fill your cup, so that if you have many other people that rely on you, so that you are not, your battery is charged, your cup is full, you're not able to be helpful when you don't have those things in play. And so if they want to be able to be all the things for all the people, they have to start with themselves. And what I tell people, and it's not to scare them, but if you do not, if you're not mindful of that, then there are then times that your body just stops you and you are not able to then pour out. And so if they want to get to the point where they are in so much pain and so much discomfort that then they can't do all the things that they're called to do or expected to do, that's so much more difficult to dig out of that hole versus be able to be intentional when the body is maybe giving some indication that it needs some help. Hold themselves accountable. I tell people, I'm like, I know we're adults, but give yourself a little reward system. Do your PT exercises before you get your morning cup of coffee. Do your PT exercises before you can play the game that you want to play on your iPad. Obviously helpful and healthy, life-giving things. Don't tell them that they can have their fourth glass of wine if they, finish their PT exercises or something. But just be mindful of what works for them. What is a good reward system for them? Invite a friend to be able to go through this journey with them. Say, hey, your neighbor that's been talking about their back hurting, get them in here, and then you guys do your exercises together, even if they're different exercises. Hold each other accountable. Those are all valuable things to kind of get them jump started, and especially if it's someone in their household. A lot of our referrals come from household members or people in their family that need care. So another thing, just kind of visualization of what you want to see yourself being able to do, and then visualizing what are the steps to get there. Just kind of talking them through some of this stuff. They're afraid of further injury. We are your people. We are those people. We are the safe people to help them learn, build their confidence here. Show up. We are definitely on their team. We are for them. Sometimes that is just what people need. And just choosing to show up is the furthest that they have to go. And then we can take them the next step. Trying to think of a couple others just so I don't make these too long. If they are lacking the time, have them monitor their week and just identify at least 3 1-hour slots throughout that week that maybe PT can work, and then add it to their daily routine. Have them take the next step, not completely overhaul their whole life, just take the next step. And maybe the next step is just showing up. Even if they're not doing their exercises, take that off their plate. We're not shaming them for not doing them. We're meeting them where they're at each time. And then when we're having the conversations with them here in the office, just really encourage them to make this a priority. Help them realize how valued they are and how much we value them and how much the people in their world value them. Giving them that understanding that this is important, that they are important and that they matter. Those are all big components for them recognizing that this is a priority. All right, that's it for this one.